Welcome to the Rip Comics Podcast. I'm Robert Perez Jr., and today we have Will Diaz from Toy and Comic Junkie and Roland Perez from Metal Jaw Comics. We also may have a visit from another brother from the same mother, but I'm just not sure if he's there. I know he's a busy man. Saturdays at this time of year are a busy time for him. Today is our All Crow episode, but before we get into that, we're going to do some like regular show business that we usually take care of and stuff like that. And we have I think we're solidifying some new segments and stuff like that. But as we wait for one of our compatriots, Mr. Will Diaz, who is, I think he's putting on some crow makeup or something of that nature. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass it to Roland. Usually we kind of do this at the end, but it's a segment that I think it's been kind of nurturing itself in the last couple of episodes, and it's Roland's comic book memories. And I know I'm throwing him a curveball, but he never fails to always have something kind of on his mind to ponder and stuff like that, or reflect. I would say in the world of comics, and you know what? And it's always something that has me, just as surprised as always. We've been talking all kinds of stuff through the week. Something must have risen to the top. That
it has.
We'll talk about.
Now coming out next year is a omnibus from DC, the Who's Who. People aren't familiar with Who's Who. It was like the definitive directory of the DC universe. So like just characters from A to Z, and they would come out in volumes. Well, this omnibus is going to have everything in it. All the issues that came out in it. And I have one of them. It was an update from 1988, Volume 1.
Nice.
So the cover itself would be a wraparound of all the characters that it would have in it, and then a little directory on the front. This one starts off with Amazing Man and ends with Harley Quinn 2. This is from 1988. So this was the original, like the Harley Quinn from here. This was the second one, as you can see. Harley Quinn.
And this Harley Quinn is associated with the Joker?
No, actually,
her own character type thing.
Yeah.
But this
Manhunter.
And this is not uncommon. Comic books always resurrect various names if they like names. They would have even 3 to 4 different characters with names. But it's interesting that is the other Harley Quinn in this book as well?
No, just again, this is an update. So this one, like I said, this is from 1988. I think you couldn't see it. Your drink was just a.
Yeah, it's an invisible drink.
Oh, there you go. So I remember our brother having some other ones. I don't know if it was from 88 or a little bit beforehand, because it had Robin and stuff like that. One of my favorites, it has Black Hawk.
Oh, yes.
And the Black Hawks, which
it had always been rumored. It was always rumored that it was going to be in the works. Spielberg was always attached to a project of that nature. Yeah, yeah.
And so again, it's going to have just this, all of them put together. It's like 150, but Omnibus is one of the large books, hardcover. That's one that I'm looking forward to. I kind of have shrunk down of what I collect now, or if I do buy anything. I know we're going to talk about one that we talked about earlier that I'm going to get, because the imagery and the who's working on it and stuff like that just blows my mind. We'll talk about that later. But again, Harley Quinn, it says it was in Gotham, though, alongside Molly Maine Scott, the original Harley Quinn, and once a Manhunter agent herself, and then she was part of the Injustice Unlimited, Infinity Incorporated, professional professional criminal. I need to look for an application for that. I don't know how you. It's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
professional. With the
Compared to
401k.
compared to the ones that are holding on to their amateur status for the Olympics.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the international. Well, no, I mean, you would have to be a professional to go international, wouldn't you?
I'm assuming there was a very strict union with the professional criminals and the amateur status criminals. I guess they let the regular cops and maybe Marvel take care of those type of villains.
Oh, so so we have the Who's Who that's gonna be coming out. That's this is one of my like I said, I used to love these things. My brother, other brother Richard, he had the one that had Robin in it. Robin too, like from the other multiverse. Also, just going through some of my old comics. I think we talked about this one. I don't know if it has. This is Flash. Just dollar comics from 1978, before I was born. And this has just a collection of Flash. And as you can see, it has Jay Garrick, Barry Allen, and Wally West. And I don't know if this is this has like, I don't know if this has anything. This is when this has a panel of the parents finding out that Wally West is the Flash. So the Kid Flash.
Right.
So I'm actually wondering about looking this up, but then again, you know me and my comics.
Right. Yeah.
This one is one of my favorites. Again, just it has Gorilla Grodd. It has just all the Flash. It has separate stories, and then all of a sudden it's got the little crossover at the end where they actually. I think this is why it was cool to me to beat Gorilla Grodd, because he had like a super strength. They all ran into each other and created like a Tri-Flash.
Wow. Yeah, it'd be cool to find out, how many times that they've done something similar to that in other episodes. The thing is that in what I think is really cool, and let's notate this, you have dollar comics written right across that, and that's a tradition that continues today with a lot of the comic book companies. They keep the comic book accessible. Usually now it's kind of, these are like random stories or collected stories that they would have to get people involved in type of these characters. Now it's kind of, they are still special issues, but a lot of number ones will either get a true believer that's in the Marvel world, or some kind of image firsts, and those are like first books. But then you have people like DC that will, and Marvel, they'll pick certain books and then they'll notate them, and they're still to be bought for $1. These are like what, in the 70s. I mean,
Yeah.
If you were to do inflation, how much would this book how much would this book be worth if there was $1 back then? If we were to do that kind of math, I guess it would be $1.50. But no, I'm just kidding.
Well, actually, here's something. The inker to this is Wally Wood. I don't know if you know who that. I mean, Wallace Wood is like the really good. A lot of people like his artwork.
Right.
I'm part of a page that all they do is show his work, and he used to show, kind of like Frank Cho used to draw the women's.
Right.
But yeah, the inker is Wally Wood working on Wally West.
Well, but is that right there an issue that was contemporary there, or was it actually a reprint? Are these special dollar current? No, so that was contemporary at the time.
Well, and the thing is with this is each one of these stories. See, that's the thing. This Flash Spectacular, all the separate stories have to do with Gorilla Grodd, and then the final, and it's separate. So you have a separate Wally Wood, Kid Flash, or Wally West, Kid Flash, Barry Allen, and then Jay Garrick. And then at the end, they realize, wait a second, Gorilla Grodd's been messing with us this whole time. And then they all get together, and the fourth story is all. So this isn't like a reprint. This is like, it looks like they would write this. Yeah.
It was a current book. Okay, awesome.
1978. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, well then the comic books were probably just a tad bit because since it was a special book, then they bumped it up to $1. It would be the equivalent
Yeah.
of our $9.99 our $9.99 our $10 books that come out. It's a special, like 80-page book, and it costs $10. So that would be the inflation price. It would go from $1, now it's worth $10. That would be a $10
Yeah.
issue right now.
So this one right here, again, 80 pages, all new. See, that's the thing. This was all new. This was like an annual. This is probably like something like how they would do for X-Men. I don't even know if they do that still, but they would have the X-Men annual, like Scout, all the different big stories. Like the hour-long special with the different. But again, this I used to read all the time just because speedsters. It was growing up. You like to have, you like the characters that are fast, and the Visionaries, there was the guy with the cheetah, just speedsters, that was the cool thing.
Right.
And then it's funny because, this next comic, this last comic I'll show. Oh no, actually there's two more. It's just funny though, reading, the cover, swing that lightsaber, Ben, or we're finished. Star Wars #2.
Dude, that like the way you were with the Spider-Man 261? No, 361. I believe that's the one with Carnage. I was with that series right there. Those 3 books, I would look at those ones over and over and over and over again. But for some reason, I don't know what the hell ever happened to #1. #2 seems to always have been the one that survived. And they've had reprints come out in that 3-pack before. When the movies would come out, that would be something that I would look for. Eventually, they had the Empire Strikes Back Super Special, which had all of it compiled and not separated into three books.
And as you see, this is a reprint.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you can see that. Let's see here. And, I don't know what year this came out. This reprint.
It should be in the front credits on the bottom, no? Like when you open the book at the bottom.
Oh, it still says 1977. Well, see, it says this is a reprint of a previously published issue.
So it couldn't have been 70. You said 78?
No, this is. That's what I'm saying. All this says is it talks about 1977 because this is the reprinted.
That's interesting. Well, maybe they didn't really care too much. They just, instead of changing all the insides, they just went ahead and they would change the outside.
Yeah, I'm looking. This had to have come out in the 80s.
Yeah, it had to be it had to be either when. I was going to say Empire, but maybe between Empire and Return of the Jedi. That was a popular one. That one right there. That first trilogy. We weren't going out and renting movies. We weren't going out. It wasn't available on TV. It wasn't even shown in the film. So this is one way that a comic book entity would take advantage of something of that nature and keep it current with the audiences and stuff like that, and release it in comic book form.
Now, interesting. I don't know who did this. It might have been me. But if you see Obi-Wan, he had white hair, but we wanted him to look like Alfred, I guess.
Yeah. You know what?
His hair, you can see the pen mark. You can see the pen mark over his hair and beard because we were like, no old people. They all got to be.
We knew what was going to happen with Ian McGregor. That's what we knew.
Like, hello there. And so now this next one, probably one of my favorites from 1984, Star Wars #81.
Oh, wow.
So the reason why this is probably my favorite is I'll show you. This takes place after Endor. So this takes place after Return of the Jedi. Because they're on Endor and they're like, hey, look at me,
Soon after or a little bit after?
Oh, soon after, because
So
She
this
still has her hair long.
this is Mandalorian time, or not? No, not even.
Oh, well, see, that's the interesting part. Because while they're on Endor, it says, while on Tatooine.
He gets out.
Yep. You can see the bottom.
Wow, it is.
And it shows that he was burped out. It actually has the word burp.
Burp. Yep, burped out.
And he whooshed out. And there he was, picked up by Jawas. The Return of Boba Fett. Now, the great thing about this issue is, you know, just like TV shows, at the end, he goes right back into the Sarlacc pit.
There you go.
Because the only thing he can say is Solo, Han Solo. Like he's jacked up that much because he doesn't know who Han Solo is. They're trapped in a Jawa.
Yeah.
You know, the
transporter
and
thing.
finally at the end, he tried helping him out, and he's like calling for his name, and he's just kind of like how Han Solo was. Boba Fett. That's how I picture Han Solo or Boba Fett going.
Boba Fett.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Han Solo. I don't know how he would say it. You know, with his mustache and his
Solo. Solo. Han Solo.
I'm talking about the guy who.
The old. Yeah.
The one actually playing him.
Yeah.
And so as you see,
he's no good to me.
but as he goes on the bottom, it adds that little bip, like that wasn't the last we saw of him. So this was to me, you know, it added to my thought process of Boba Fett and how much he sucked. I am not a big fan of Boba Fett.
Yes,
I never understood how you guys. There you go. There's my thought of the day. I never understood how you guys loved Boba Fett so much when he didn't do crap. Darth Vader was the one who caught Han Solo, and like I don't. Oh, and we were talking about this before.
What was that issue number? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
That was number 81.
81.
1984.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that I've never understood why the fan, you know, like why he's been liked so much.
You know that book right there that you were. Let me see. There were three versions of it. Did it have the Spider-Man or did it have the newsprint on it? I mean the UPC. Yeah,
UPC.
That book right there is worth $40.
It was.
It was, Rob. Not no more.
Next issue to be ripped.
Because you don't like Boba Fett.
Because I don't. This helped solidify that he was nothing. You guys like loved him so much. Everybody loved him so much.
He went crazy and drove himself back into the Sarlacc pit.
I mean,
It's kind of like a drunk driver that never learns and just never mind.
Well, when you finally get to see him fight, he gets wrapped up in his own
shit.
Like, well, no, he gets his thing knocked.
Oh yeah, and he flies.
And he flies, and so he did not show me any prowess at all. Again, the only thing he did was, hey, look, I can go out with the trash, because that's what he was. They tried telling us that Boba Fett is trash, and nobody listened. They thought he was great. Darth Vader caught Luke and Han. He's an informant. He was like that penis-looking guy from Star Wars, the one who was.
You know what? That probably was him. And then they changed him into Boba Fett.
He pushed it back. No, because Boba Fett was supposed to come out in the. You know, also the great thing about issue number 2 is not only did Han shoot first, he's the only one who shot.
There you go. Yep.
Definitive proof. It's not even Han shot
Yeah.
first. He's the only one who shot.
And that's what solidified that being a badass Han Solo was. It always did that for me. I knew when I was a kid that was, he's the one. He's the guy you have to watch out for, and
Yet you gravitated to the trash of Boba Fett.
Han Solo was always one of my favorite. But you know what it was? It was the look that he had. He didn't look like the stormtroopers. He wasn't a regular looking dude. He was, he had a cool ship. He had,
He was a 34-year-old hitting on a 19-year-old.
oh, geez.
Han Solo was 34 years old. Luke and Leia were 19 in The New Hope.
Oh God, here we go.
So I'm just saying, that's like half. I mean, like he's like, when Solo's happening, like she's being dropped off with Bail Organa.
Oh,
King Organa, I guess. I don't know. And so over here, while Han's having his jollies with that other girl, he's like, I wonder what some baby's doing right now. I'll find out later. And he ends up not only like watching this girl he likes kiss her brother, like not even like a peck. Like she did it to make him jealous.
Yeah.
So this became a VC Andrews story.
Yeah.
Freaking flowers in the attic. I guess it'd be flowers in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, you're destroying Star Wars. I feel like just destroying my shirt all of a sudden. I'm wearing the wrong shirt. Oh.
Well, this is what we were here to talk about.
Yeah, we're here to talk about that one. Yeah.
The rise of Skywalker happened when she kissed him, and it was the wrong rise.
No, that's some good stuff. I haven't heard from Will, so let's go ahead and let's go to comic news. There was a lot of different things that happened. One of them being obviously is Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. That was announced from Marvel this past week. It's one of the most exciting things I've seen with Wolverine probably in a while. I mean, I've seen different things that they've tried to resurrect him with, and you know what I mean? It's
keep that old man Logan stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. The movie, the Logan, or the Wolf, that one, it was awesome because the copy that my kids bought me a while back, it had not only the regular version, but it had a black and white version. So there's that movie. Oh yeah, the tagline should be "What's black and white and red all over? Wolverine."
Yeah, this is some major stuff. This is Kubert. This is Adam Kubert. This is like directly throwback from what we had grown up with, and to see this in this way, in this manner. I mean, this is the way that this is marketing directly towards our age, because we have, I guess, the supposed disposable funds now to totally get into this. This is coming out in November. Each issue will be 3 action-packed adventures from Wolverine's long and fascinating history. So it's almost like what you were showing us just right there. But we're going to be getting 3 action-packed adventures in a Wolverine issue at a time. Return to Weapon X program. Let's see.
It's like the retelling, right? This is like a retelling.
I guess they're revisiting. Yeah, they're revisiting certain parts of his history. So we're going to be seeing like, well, there's a picture here. It says Gary Dugan, Adam Kubert, and an encounter, a new revelation of Wolverine's shattered memory. So they're going to be doing little twists and turns in his history, but we'll be looking
with Nick
back.
Fury.
Yeah, in association with Nick Fury, and heads into the wild with writer Declan Shalvey as Lugan finds himself in the crossfires in a deadly trap here.
Now I've been following for a long time Adam Kubert, or however you say it, on Instagram for a long time, and actually for a while before this was announced, because then you realize he was showing little little parts of his drawing of that Wendigo or Wendigo, however you want to say it, that picture up there. And just recently, I think I sent it to you through
Yep.
Instagram. He posted just the inked version, so there was no red on it yet.
Right.
And I already saw people asking. He's like, "Are you going to be selling a print of this?" And he said, "Probably when the conventions come back up, that
Yeah.
they'll do a print, because
Look at
I
this.
wouldn't mind. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind that print.
There's a lot of really cool stuff in this preview.
This should be called Sin City and then colon Wolverine, because that's what I mean. And see, yeah, look, that one right there. He just
Yeah, we're getting no holds barred. Look at this.
that right there is just explosive. It's what we wanted back
All along.
when.
Yeah.
Well, because when we were growing up, you had the comics code. You had, oh, look at that. Prepare for more issues coming soon. And right there, I see that name after Vita Ayala.
Yep.
Chris Claremont.
And then there's Donny Cates also. Edwardson.
No, Chris Claremont. That's.
It
I don't
ends.
even know who.
It ends and stops. It ends and stops.
Donny? Isn't Donny Cates the guy who plays It Man or something like that, or what's his name?
No.
But Chris Claremont is the one who, he did Patch. He's the one who gave a lot of these personas of and this history that they're retelling. So to see Chris Claremont come back, see, that's an issue I would want to get. Of course, I want that Adam Kubert one, but to see Chris Claremont revisit somebody that he helped into, again, the X-Men that we like, the X-Men that we see. He did 17 years of crafting these characters, giving them, making these strong female characters without making it an agenda, because that was just good storytelling. He didn't do, it was just good storytelling. He gave people backstories and didn't have to come out with a directory for it. You learned about it through the years of what he wrote. I mean, that's just,
yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting to see, because what's going to happen is we're going to bring some of the old, we're going to bring some of the new, we're going to bring some of the hot and rising stars of Marvel, and everybody's going to get an opportunity. Can you imagine? You're going to sprinkle in a Chris Claremont, and then you'll get maybe two young up and coming writers, or you'll get you're going to always get that seasoned vet or hot star mixed in. I guess these cats, I don't know if these cats are the only guys that are going to do the artwork, or there's going to be different teams that are coming in presenting the story. It just seems really exciting approach. Of course, when you're doing something like this, I'm already visioning it. You got 3 stories. So guaranteed, who decides who's going to get the cover? Guess what? 1, 2, 3 covers. So right there, you got 3 covers. You got, and then you got all these other artist renditions, the black and white cover, maybe a color cover, whatever the case may be. It's exciting. I know I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
A bold move, Cotton. I would like to see how that turns.
Definitely exciting. Definitely.
Okay.
Next thing that I saw in the news, I don't know if you had seen any of this. I did post it on our on the Rip Comics Facebook page, and it's Marvel Heroes Indigenous History. They're going to actually honor, and let me get that booted up real quick. They're going to honor, I guess, the Indigenous history. Maybe you can shed light. Maybe
so they're gonna
about this.
No, I don't. But I can just imagine they're just going to be taking every stereotypical character they've ever created and give them substance.
Well, I hope it's just not that.
Well,
plain.
I'm saying, I mean, if DC did it, Apache Warrior. I mean,
well,
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll start here. It says Marvel announces Marvel's Voices, Indigenous Voices #1, a landmark special written and drawn by some of industry's most renowned Indigenous talent, including celebrated artist and writer Jeffrey Veregi, who's let me see here, who just wrapped an exhibit at the Smithsonian National Museum. of the American Indian. He's also lent his talents to produce an extraordinary series of variant covers that will be on sale in November. It's the Native American Heritage Tribute variant covers, and you've got like this. You've got Iron Man.
Okay. Are they gonna have Warpath and
This one,
Thunderbird or?
well, this one will be on Iron Man 3. Let me see what it says here. The story of the hero is an ancient one. Okay, they're gonna. I guess this is just kind of like a backdrop of what they're doing. Lifelong comic fan. We're talking about the artists here. I'm truly honored to work with Marvel Comics today, not only to create pieces that represent the voices of Indigenous people in honor of Native American Heritage Month, but also an opportunity to share the same storytelling spirit of my ancestors and sharing the tales of some of today's heroes. And then they have a listing of all the different covers that he's going to be doing and whatever issues that they're going to be popping up in. There's the Spider-Man one, which will be Spider-Man number 52. Okay, here comes there's Captain America. That one's going to be number 25, Captain America. We got the Hulk. This will be Immortal Hulk.
Isn't Captain America kind of like goes
Yeah.
against?
Well, we'll see. The thing is, I have some of these. I think like this is pretty cool.
See that? Yeah, I mean that's Danny
Yeah,
Moose. I mean she
yeah.
was. I'm just saying, like in that cover, shouldn't Captain America be like
Well, look at
giving
yeah.
disease-infested blankets or something?
Well, and then you got Thor here. That's another early person that came to the Americas that probably had interactions with Native Americans. Maybe they're just trying to keep it like this one. I don't know about this one.
I
Yeah. To me, well, anyway, he put these together, and yeah, I know. Anyway,
Oh well, no, okay. See, and that's okay. That's what I was going to ask. Okay, they said indigenous.
yeah,
Okay, but now they're only saying indigenous to North America.
Native
Um,
American, yeah, Native American tribute, yeah,
but that, and I guess that's what I'm saying. It's so yeah, indigenous history with Native American tribute covers.
yeah.
But I mean, what about the other? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we can revisit the X-Men when they went to Australia, and I can't remember his name offhand, but he would make portals. It was
Well,
an Aborigine,
we'll see.
which Aborigine
I was, I
also.
was, I was kind of sad that this didn't pop up before. Let me see if that was. I don't know if that was Will. Let me see. No, I don't know. Let me show you this one. I was surprised. I mean, that was just specifically the variants, but this is actually the actual book, Marvel Voices, Indigenous Voices #1.
Hey, there he is. I was just talking about him.
Yeah.
So they
So
got all the characters that they have in Marvel on the cover that are Native American.
yeah.
All throughout the Marvel universe, they got the 4
Yeah.
that are in the whole.
Yeah. So and then they're going to have, I guess, 4 stories come out of this. It's an anthology. Well, see, Marvel Voices one anthology earlier this year, which featured bio. Well, so this book already came out. Is that what? Let me see. Coming? No, it says November. So I don't know. Anyway, no, I think it's cool. I think
No,
it's sweet that they're doing something like this.
sweet. I guess I don't know. I think my issue with any of something like that is, again, we look back at the quote unquote diversity, which turns out to just end up being stereotypical.
Right.
So but you actually have someone who's Native American who's doing this, which okay, that to me that's what's important. But I mean, most of these characters that were created were not created by
Right.
Native Americans. You have Spirit from GI Joe. Well, GI Joe in general is like the hodgepodge of stereotypes. It's like you could get any character and it's like, oh, he's a fireman. Well, he's also Irish and he's hot. You have Spirit who he talks like this with his um, Roadblock, he's a cook, but he's also machine gun guy who likes to rhyme. Um, but the Super Friends, we were just talking about that. You have all these the characters that they were trying to show diversity. You should bring up, Dick Tracy used to have in the cartoons have diversity by having Jojitsu and who else? He had that Mexican guy.
Oh my Lord.
What? No, you remember that? Dick
Yeah.
Tracy going Jojitsu.
Yeah. But
Dick Tracy.
yeah, and that's the way it had been. I mean, a lot of stuff.
So that's what I'm saying, is that they're taking all these characters that were pretty much created as a stereotype, as well. You have these white old guys, old Jewish guys, old whatever, writing stories about everybody else that they really know nothing about. And
it's Will, and he has comments about the Wolverine stuff. So yes,
bring them on.
I saw it in the captions. So tell us, Will.
I've been waiting for 45 minutes in the waiting room.
Hey, I sent you a message and you didn't answer me back in the waiting.
There's no way of me messaging you.
It's a little.
It just says, "Hey, you ready?" And I'm trying to.
It's right there. Well, okay. Zoom malfunctions on.
You got the cheap Zoom. You got the cheap Zoom software.
I got Everybody's got the chat feature. You can put right there. Go to your bottom.
I was in a waiting room, but I was in a waiting room, Rob.
But go to the chat. I can talk to you when you're in the chat room.
But I couldn't talk back to you.
No, not talking. You need to type. Anyway.
I did try to type.
Okay.
This is horrible, the way you treat your guests.
Okay, now the floor is yours. Okay, you said, do we
really need another Weapon X story? I mean, really? Do we need another one?
Yeah.
How many Weapon X stories have you had so far?
Well, but that's like anything. I mean, that's any comic right now.
Hold on. Yeah, Weapon X stories. It's overdone. I'm getting a transmission. It's overdone. The Weapon X storyline. It's overdone. I mean, come on, guys. And the thing is, I have the original Weapon X storyline from the 90s. That's the one. That's the original one, and they should leave it alone. I mean, there's more to it than just that for Wolverine, right? Right?
Yeah, they're gonna go through his whole history. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is his history. There 5 movies, 10. It's overdone.
They should. You know what? They should create like the God of Wolverines and like retcon him back, and so like he can be like King Void to King Null or whatever his name is. I mean, that to me, it's the same thing.
He has a daughter. He has a daughter. He has Laura Kenny is somehow like his daughter or something like that, a clone of his or whatever. Let's see the relationship between them two. Let's have a deep story,
Well, again, okay, that's revisiting his interactions with Jubilee, Kitty Pryde. You've already seen that. Then you've already seen how he bonds with a daughter type character, and again, that's what these comics are. You're gonna see this revisiting of storylines, ideas. I mean, so you have one issue of Weapon X, and you're going crazy about it. I mean, it's one issue. This is not a new Weapon X series. This is just one issue of a time in his life. That's like, hey, let's bring back Omega Red. Oh wait, no, they are, and it's probably a retelling of that. There's probably not a new story. It's probably a retelling of Omega Red, and hopefully they bring Maverick back.
The cover's nice and all. I like the cover. I like that blood cover.
Oh,
that's a beautiful.
Okay,
cover.
so let me. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Mr. Investor. You will not acquire any of these books of Wolverine?
I'll collect them for an investment, but I am not going to collect them because Weapon X story. No, I'm not.
No, I don't think we're looking at it as a whole new Weapon X.
We're looking at Adam Kubert, and I mean someone that again, that when he took over X-Men, he like made X-Men his own. He that was the way he drew Wolverine. So when I first saw that, it's mainly because of him that I'm to see him telling another Wolverine story, that's what I'm excited about. Again, for a while I was seeing again on his Instagram, he would show these little close-ups, and finally, then when this broke, it was like, oh, that's what he's been working on, and so that can't see it. So,
No, it's actually the powers that be that don't want people to see what these are. No, but Will brings up an interesting point, and that's kind of like a little bit what I was kind of hinting at. I mean, I love seeing Adam Kubert. When I see that, it harkens the era of a lot of that X-Men that, you know, because I mean, when I was younger, I didn't gravitate towards the X-Men, and it wasn't until I was older that I started discovering some of this stuff. You know, and then when everything kind of broke apart all over the place, it was trying to make sense of where all these artists that I started enjoying these comic books. It was those guys that came in and continued that story that actually provided the backdrop of.
Now I'll point this out. Okay. Me wanting to get this Wolverine because of Adam Kubert is just like everybody clamoring over to get a Spawn 300, which because of Todd McFarlane. Because I'll tell you what, I have not been able to hear anybody tell me what's actually going on in Spawn, the story. I at least know what's going on in with the symbiotes, Venom, all this other stuff. But
he just called everybody out.
No, in the last episode when you had left, he kind of we kind of went into this. He went into I don't see what
really
the big
my
deal.
gears.
He just said, "Y'all don't know what the heck is up in those comic books." That's what he said.
Yeah, Roland's not.
You can't tell me what's going on in Spawn right now.
He's not a big fan of McFarlane. He didn't
Really?
he was not a fan of the McFarlane Spider-Man per se.
Oh, I am a fan of that. I'm a fan of that.
It was, I guess, a different. Roland likes some of the Larson and Bagley. I'm assuming Bagley,
Leonardi.
Yeah, that's that was his. Don't start him with Romita and all these other characters.
Mark Tejera.
X-Men.
Mark Teixeira. Tejera or Teixeira?
Y'all know. I think it's Teixeira.
Teixeira.
I think
Teixeira something with you. No, I like his work. I liked his work on Ghost Rider. Mm-hmm. He did some work there, and that was from the '90s, and I think he still does stuff now. Mm-hmm. I can't recall off the moment, but I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in there with Teixeira or Teixeira or whatever.
Which is actually funny because the other day we were buying my daughter some shoes. She got some SMOs for her ankles, and so we had to go out and get shoes, and we ended up going to the children's place, which is right by in the mall in Corpus, right by Kid Foot Locker. But I'm looking at these shirts, and there's a Spider-Man shirt, and it's McFarlane Spider-Man. It's like and I'm like, these kids don't even, they Spider-Man, and
they don't understand the significance of the art.
Right. And see, a big thing that a lot of Marvel and DC do is, I know it was a big deal a while back. DC was reprinting like full covers, but they would take out the name.
Yeah, I remember.
And they were doing that, yeah. And so it's like I have an X-Men shirt, and it's all Jim Lee. I can tell it's all Jim Lee. But
I like Jim Lee's X-Men.
It wasn't especially drawn. It was because I'm looking at it going, I have every issue that those poses are from, because they just made it looks like a team, photo, but it's pulled from every different, all these different comics. And I'm like, it upsets me, but I know it's Jim Lee. But if people don't know comics, it's been 20 years since Jim Lee actually was working on. It's been 20 years, Marvel. Guys. Yeah. But
hey, I got a comment. We're all wearing black shirts.
Yes. Star Wars.
I'm wearing a significant one though. I'm like,
is yours pure black, Will?
Yeah, mine's pure black.
Except no, you got it. Yeah, well, there you go. You had a Texas. What is that?
Oh, it's my daughter's dojo.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's good. How's he doing, man? How's he doing? Real quick. How's the dojo hanging with COVID and all that? Is they still
They're still doing it, man.
Oh,
They're still doing their judo.
dang.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good because it's tough, to do that. Now, I
Is
see
it Mexican
Richard.
judo?
How'd you know?
You don't know. I got a knife. Okay, we're allowed to say those jokes, right? I mean, we're allowed. I mean, am I wrong?
I
I'm ethnically allowed to say these jokes.
ethnicity allowed. I think you turned into Judaism for the jokes. Anyway,
Woo!
real quick on the Native American covers, Will.
I bought them. I
Okay,
picked them up.
all
I mean,
right.
I don't have them. I pre-ordered them.
Your feelings in regards to what they're presenting and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
like
I
'em.
think it's about time that we saw a Native American team uh, book. So it's a one shot. I mean, but you know what I mean.
Are they? See, this is that shirt I was talking about. You can tell these are all different covers and
Yeah,
pictures
they're
of
from
X-Men.
everywhere.
Yeah, especially that one of Jean Grey. Yeah, so there it is. That's my Jim Lee shirt.
It's nice.
The Jim Lee collage.
So in this issue, are they taking back their land or?
I I have no idea
Again,
what's
hey,
happening.
you did the DNA. We have like 40% or so Native Americans, so this rings true to us.
This topic. Well, I'm kind of wondering when I on the cover they actually have weapons, so I'm actually kind of curious what the story is in effect playing out here. I know that in the past, if it was we've seen it happen before where they have the Black Panthers and stuff like that. Marvel would put that stuff in the books. So I'm wondering, do they still have the cojones to challenge something, or is this just going to be, hey, we're a team and
Well, there's that great Black Panther cover where he's fighting the KKK. Like
right.
he's just straight up kicking their ass, and that's
Yeah.
and that's what I want to see. I want to see like if they're making a point to make this about, but see, then there's that fine line because it's just like every Hispanic movie that happens to have Edward James Olmos in it. It tends to not just be. I mean, because we're Hispanic, we're Mexican American, we're this and that, but that isn't everything that is our identity.
Right.
But it makes it where that culture is our identity. So it's funny how people get mad at certain people, but when they talk about Cinco de Mayo, all they talk about are margaritas, tacos, and sombreros. I mean, and that's everybody. That's this is not, but again, it's our culture overshadows us being people. So instead of us just being we got Will, we got Roland, we have the three amigos. I'm wondering, and that's what I'm wondering on this comic. Are they actually going to show the plight of maybe the pipeline, land being, is this the story about them taking over the jurisdiction in Oklahoma again with the
Well, I mean that would be they haven't previewed. They just previewed variant covers. We do know that it's a Native American team. Hopefully, we'll get more insight. This is definitely something we'll bring up as we're getting closer. I'm going to go to the third point of news real quick. Of course, today. What is today? Today is Saturday. But what is it? It's also
Fandome?
DC. Yeah, Fandome. So let's take a look at what people are experiencing in Fandom right now. This is what it is. It seems like what is it? It looks like was that Neil Gaiman?
They all look like Neil Gaiman right now. Or no, they look like Alan Moore.
You know what? Maybe this is the Sandman movie preview here. I don't know what legality this is that we're doing this, but we're just giving everybody a little sneak peek at the DC Fandom, and it obviously looks like a Sandman talk.
Oh, the how they got rid of the Vertigo and all the Well, I also saw that ahead of that, The Rock showed a picture of him as Black Adam. Well, like an artist rendition of him as Black Adam. So that's still going through.
Right.
That's still going through. That's going to be interesting. See him go up against Zachary Levi.
So
Which I like.
on that note, I know that Will is not really a big DC fan. But for DC guys out there and stuff like that, it is going on. It is going on. I think it's carried over for 2 days. But you're going to get your little sneak peek of your you know what? It seems like it's heavily with the media. Their shows, their movies, and stuff like that.
The Snyder Cut.
Yeah. And it's a lot of prepping them for that. And I don't know. I mean, I didn't really hear. The only news that we had leading up to this was we're cutting titles, we're firing people in the editing and all that. So, hopefully they do announce something. I mean, I know the big Batman, what is it called? Joker thing? What is that? I don't know what that, the 3 Jokers.
Are they still around?
Well,
Yeah,
Are they retelling those stories?
it's a series of about a dozen covers or so of the Joker, and it's three different Jokers if I'm not mistaken, with four variants each. Correct?
Yeah, it's estimated to be upwards. If you bought the whole thing, it's going to be like about $115, $120.
Yeah.
Of course, there's various discounts you can get if you get most of them, stuff like that. Did you get my note, Will?
Never.
Batman first book's already out at a certain toy store. I mean,
I did get that note, and I did ask the opposing bookstore if they had them, and they told me no. And if we do, they don't go on sale till Tuesday.
Dun 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 dun.
So you're telling me that other store who is Lone, I want to say the name of I can't say the name of the store.
Nah.
You don't want to?
Dude,
You
there's
might want
only
them on the-
there's
Okay,
only
but they're breaking the rules. They're breaking they're breaking the rules.
There was a news story about that. There was a news story about how some comic stores aren't, because they don't have the same policing as they did with the Diamond.
but it's specifically DC, and DC is not enforcing that.
Right.
They're not pushing on that. So
Yeah.
I
They
guess
fired everybody, and there's no one there.
so. Basically,
It's an empty office.
If you put in a rush order, guess what? You can beat the other store to the punch, I guess. But not in the Marvel world. Marvel, they're real strict.
Oh heck yeah, they're strict. Diamond's strict, man.
Yeah, they'll send in those secret buyers to go in
Secret
there.
shoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll tattletale on you.
Yeah, we've had some friends that have got the little hand slap, and then the next thing you know, like, hey, where's your comics? They're delayed, or they got lost, or
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Remember, the Kmart did that with Phantom Menace. It came out, and next thing you know, they weren't allowed to have new releases for like a month or two. They got
shame on them
because
they deserve it.
Remember Mortal Kombat, the video game?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I went to Walmart, dude. That game was out before anywhere.
Mortal Monday. What is it? Mortal Monday or
Yeah,
It's supposed to come
Mortal
out on
Monday.
a Tuesday, right? Or it comes out on
October
a Tuesday.
13th.
Whatever it was, whatever that was, it a Monday though? No, Mortal Monday.
October 13th.
We
Mortal
got it
Monday.
that weekend.
October 13th.
It was Genesis. We went in. We said, "Screw it, we'll get it." And
We
we were
got the
playing.
blood, because the blood was in that one. Super Nintendo
The-
wasn't.
You had the Sega Genesis? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, we had them all though. We had all the
Yeah.
systems.
I still have one. I still have a Sega Genesis.
Our brother has one.
I don't know if it works out.
He still has all the Atari, which we found out Genesis controllers work on Atari.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Atari,
cool.
the Atari 2600. Same
Yeah.
patch and all that kind of stuff.
Well, whenever Atari went, whenever they went tits up, they sold their stuff to Sega. So they pretty much kept using the same technology.
Did not know that.
Yep. Well, since Will is here, this past week we had some great comics that came out, and
did?
oh yes, we did. We did. I thought there were some. And
If you picked a hot comic for the next week, then you better say that good comics came out.
Oh, okay. I just forget what week we're in.
yeah, no kidding. The week, dude, there's something like flying around my head. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Called flies.
Yeah, it's from this crazy invisible drink I'm drinking. Anyway, so we want to introduce a segment that I guess that we're still developing this, but it's hot picks with Will Diaz. Hot.
Let me tell you about my pick, okay? Let me tell you about my pick. This pick has everything you would so desire in a book, and it's hot. It's already it's already sold 300% more books this past week than it did the prior week. And I tell you what, it has every character you can imagine. It has X-23. It has people from the Fantastic Four. It has Spider-Man in there. It has Iron Man getting split in half, and it has the main character, the reveal of the main character, Frank Castle. And what this book is, it tells you the origin of Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's the first appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's in Thanos issue number 16. I believe that's volume 2, issue 16. Right now on eBay, they're selling from $24 to about $46 this issue. And it's a great issue. It has two little keys in it. One of them is an appearance of the Black Silver Surfer. And it also has, of course, the origin story of Cosmic Ghost Rider. In this story, he makes 3 deals that sends them on a pillaging event with Thanos across the galaxy. And it's a really good read. And it sets up everything, because from there on, you got Cosmic Ghost Rider, you got the Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, you got Cosmic Ghost Rider trying to kill Thanos as a baby, then Thanos lives. I mean, it's just this is one to have in your book collection. And for $24 to $46, I'd put it in there, because again, the keys about this book is the fact that we have a Black Silver Surfer appearance, and we have the origin of Cosmic Ghost Rider. And that is Thanos Volume 2, Issue 16. It has a beautiful cover of Galactus in the front with the Hell Cycle running past him as the Herald of Galactus. So you got him as a Herald of Galactus and the Herald of Thanos. So if I were you, I'd pick it up today before that book starts moving on its way up the charts. So
now, with Galactus being the size that he is, who makes that gun for him? And why does he makes his own guns?
It. Yeah, he makes his own guns. You didn't know that?
I'm serious. No, I'm serious.
No, seriously, he makes his own guns.
I thought he was a Cosmic Cloud.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have the origin of his guns.
Oh, there we go. Gunslinger Galactus.
Oh, sorry.
Variant cover.
And this book references King Thanos.
And
so
and if you got Thor number 6, which is my pick.
Oh,
for this past week, Thor number 6, and that they kill that dude. So anyway, no, they don't kill him. They kill Galactus, and then the Herald be none. There's no more, I guess, Herald. As far
who will be the Herald then?
There you go. That becomes the wheel.
Is Galactus gonna make null his? I can't. I got a 10-year-old in the room. I can't say that word.
Yeah, you got to be careful with what you're saying. But I had mentioned it in the last issue or the episode, and I'm going to show it real quick. And it's just my pick. I don't know if there was something that had currently. This is the one. There's so many different things that happen. Of course, it's the showdown where instead of fighting the Black Winter, Thor basically has it out with Galactus. I'm not going to go any more than that.
Why not?
But well, they get into it. But then you're hinting at the Thanos, and then this is when that big reveal where the Black Winter reveals what is Thor's death.
Well, the thing is, Comic Tom referenced Infinity number 4, Infinity 4. Let me pull that up real quick. And Infinity 4 deals with the Terrigen Mist and deals with Thanos' son, I believe. And people were curious in curious as to why Thanos had that black arm. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And on the other hand, he has the I guess it's the Infinity Hammer. I don't know what else to call it, but it has all the Infinity Stones on it. But they were wondering what the black arm came from, and they were looking back at Infinity number 4 as they're thinking that what you saw as Thanos with the black arm was really Thane, the son of Thanos, is what you may be seeing.
Yeah, and for people that were wondering what the hell we're going to talk about, is that this is what basically ends in what Black Winter reveals to Thor as being his death. And if you look, it's like a mix of zombie, the zombie world, and then you've got Thanos. If this is Thanos or his son or
His
whatever,
son Thane. See,
yeah, but he's got that Infinity Hammer now, so. Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. There's 2 books out right now. The Infinity number 4. Thane is transformed by the Terrigen mists from a healer into his current form. This book, Infinity number 4, has sold 650 copies versus last week's selling. Due to that speculation that Thanos' glimpse on Thor 6 could actually be Thane. And it also has the Black Gauntlet seen in Thor 6, which is similar to Thane's left arm. And his right hand can project an amber aura, which is similar to what you see in the cover there. And so they're kind of hinting that this may be Thane, not Thanos. And the other book to look at is New Avengers number 10, the first appearance of Thane, and which is he's a healer and the son of Thanos. So the speculation is the wielder of the hammer with the black glove at the end of Thor 6 again is Thane. So those are speculative. And those books are selling really hot right now. New Avengers number 10 and Infinity number 4. And I want to say New Avengers 10 is a 2013 published date. I can't tell you the volume offhand, but 2013. And the Infinity is, if I can pull it up real quick, is 2013 as well. Jonathan Hickman. So,
right.
And Adam Kubert.
And all of these are, these are all just speculations. Just like anything that happens in comic book worlds, everybody likes to theorize and try to guess those points. But we're using actual comic book images that have already been out. We're seeing the gauntlet, the black gauntlet on his left hand, and that is what. Is speculated could be on this other. So we're assuming that's what we're seeing. Yeah.
My question is, how can Thanos be worthy to hold that hammer? Or is it just a replica of Mjolnir? Is it just a replica, or is it the actual hammer? So we don't know that.
The stones are on it, though. I mean,
the stones are on it.
So, right. I mean, that's what I'm asking. Is that Mjolnir, or is it?
I don't know if it is or not. That's a good question, you see, and that was the first thing that entered my mind. Is he worthy to hold that hammer? And then the son, Thane, is a healer, and I guess a healer has some worthiness to them. So maybe it is Thane. But real quick, I wanted to sidetrack a little bit and talk about another book that for those with deeper pockets, it's Star Wars, The Clone Wars, number 1. First appearance of Ahsoka Tano, Dark Horse Comics. Okay, Disney, I believe, if I heard it correctly this morning, is rumored to have this in production with Ahsoka, and so the book is expensive right now, running about, I would say, about $500. But that book is gonna, and I've seen it as high as selling. Not sold, but selling as high as $1,000 plus. And if I look correctly on eBay right now, I'll give you an actual.
Right. While you're doing that, Richard is saying on chat, I thought the original hammer was destroyed. Do we know that?
The original hammer was destroyed.
Like MC?
Is it MCU? What universe?
In comics?
No, I meant MC Hammer.
Oh no! So, jeez.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about it. Hammering the baseball hammer.
So
Thank
I
you.
don't know. We got to find that out. By the way, 2008, Dark Horse Comics, Ahsoka, Raw, $8.99, sold on August 19th for $8.99, and then that's all I can see right now, $8.99, and a graded 8.0 for 449 sold on August the 11th. So if the movie, if Disney Plus does good with this new show, this book is just going to move up and up and up. What we're seeing now, in my opinion, is the ushering in of a new generation of comic book heroes and villains. We're gearing up the younger generation for their next. We're getting them in line for the movies, for the books, and so they're bringing in these characters like Miles Morales, Laura Kinney, what's his face, the totally awesome Hulk. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I start looking right now. Like, the first thing that popped in my head was like, okay, what about the daughter of Pepper Potts and Tony Stark? So I looked it up. Tales of Suspense 69 or 68 has the origin, the birth of Morgan Stark, and I was like, that would be a perfect character to tap on right now to buy their book, running about $35 online for a rough copy, upwards of $50 for a really nice one. So
kind of like Savage. Yeah, kind of like the Savage Dragon, how the family line just keeps going, and then, picking up on the siblings and the next generation of these characters, because that's probably what's connecting this younger generation of comic book readers and stuff like that, are maybe not necessarily some of the older characters, but these newer wave. I mean, you're seeing it across everywhere. You got Dylan.
They're like,
Venom,
these younger readers are like, who cares about Weapon X? I don't care about Weapon X. We want X-23. That's what they're saying. To me, in my opinion. And it's talking about Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon put out there's a really nice cover of him. It's a full face cover of the Savage Dragon where he's bloodied, and I didn't read too much about it, but it seems like he's making a return, apparently after getting his ass kicked. And so I have to look at it again to see when that issue's coming.
Wait, who's making their return?
It's something about making his return. Savage Dragon. I briefly saw it yesterday on my 15-minute lunch break. So he's dead.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. It has him on the cover. He's all bloodied and kind of like pissed, but hurting. And it's like his return.
It was 251. It's out right now. Yeah,
it is out. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I would definitely pick that up.
Richard said his sister crushed the hammer, and that is canon.
Hela? I
don't know. That's what he said.
You talking about Hela?
Hela.
Okay. Well, if you want, okay. So Hela is like Thor issue number what? 150 something.
Something like that.
I had that one. That's a beautiful cover.
Right.
Definitely add that to your repertoire, to your portfolio, whatever. And then Thor 168, 169. That's the origin of Galactus from the Silver Age. Get that one definitely, because I don't think Galactus is dead, dude.
Nobody's dead. Yeah, nobody's really dead.
No, he's
just like the Weapon X stories. They're never dead.
I'm sorry, but I've been watching The Watchmen on HBO Max. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah, I haven't finished it. I've seen
it's really good, isn't
episodes. It? Oh no, it's really good. I like it.
I regret not picking up those Doomsday issues.
Oh, the Doomsday Clock. Yeah. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
I just finished watching finally the first season of The Boys.
Yeah, I like that one. The new
right, you can get I can pick you up a number 1 issue of Herogasm, I think it's called. It's that superhero from The Boys right now, if you're interested. I can get that for you right now for about $45 if you're interested.
I need a job first.
No, and another show that you should definitely check out. I mean, I know they're only on episode 1, unless you've already seen it, is the Lovecraft Country.
I saw that.
Dude, that is badass. I love the way that they set up everything, and I'm eagerly waiting the next episodes. I love what they're doing with this, and I think you've seen HBO has been pushing into that. I know we're going off topic, but
It's okay.
it's definitely some good TV for a change. Of course, the fact that these are doing what it needs to do, that's where you're going to start getting more comic book, that kind of horror and all that kind of stuff. They're going to start. You're going to see even more stuff being produced in that vein.
Another book you should pick up is Descender. Descender issue number 1. This will soon is touted to be a Netflix show. Picked this up at the bookstore for probably, what is it? I probably picked it up for 50 cents.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's selling. I don't know what it's selling for right now, but definitely you should.
But a regular one, you mean, right?
What do you mean regular one?
That's a reprint. That's a first Image Firsts. See it on the side? That's what they reissued.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. But I mean, those are considered the next reprint, because they don't regularly reprint these books. What they end up doing is they send it out in multiple covers, and then you have to catch the various reprints, and sometimes they're hard to notate. Usually you have to look at the back ad or something in there that notates second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. They don't do like some of the other companies that will put a whole new cover on there and then kind of scare people and stuff like that. But no, but those are always awesome to pick up, especially if it's in its first release in that manner. Sometimes they'll collect it with maybe a trade paperback, or they'll recollect the story and then they'll issue it out. Image is very good about notating which is the first one and the second one. But anything else that piqued your interest at this past week? Nothing?
Man, dude, I can go on and on. I really can. Kind of short on time, but I just want to remind everybody that Silk is something you got to pick up. Also look for this Original Sin Amazing Spider-Man number 5. It's a tie-in with the Silk character. And let me see what else I have here. Now, I have Silk somewhere around here, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to try to find it. But anyways, pick up Silk. Silk is it's moving up in price. The Original Sin issue number 4, is it? The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4, Silk. First appearance, correct?
Yep.
Oh, geez, right? Don't you have that problem? You're looking for something, you never find it, right? Oh, well. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. Original Sin, number 4.
Cool. Yeah, there it is, man.
Yeah, these are great.
That's for the past couple of months has been one of the ones that you've been,
Look, man, I'm picking up the new generation characters. That's my Squirrel Girl. Come on, Squirrel Girl. I'm like waiting for her to break out. Like I got first appearance as a Squirrel Girl. I got all these different Squirrel Girl key books, and I'm waiting for her to break out soon.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me when 2099 was. Never mind. But no, but there are certain books that you hook into because it's a little bit different. The game field is a lot different than when they were doing new characters and stuff back then. They present them in a different way that makes them very collectible, especially on some of these other characters that some people might have missed. The print runs are a little bit lower. That's why I stand by the fact that the first appearance of Miles Morales is probably going to be, in the long run, one of those books that has more, if it was a marathon race, it would have more legs to go farther price-wise because of the importance of the character and how many issues were actually printed of the issue itself. It's a very low print run, compared to other books, milestone books such as Amazing Spider-Man 300. That book has a different vibe just because of the character itself, but you still got to go on actual pieces out there, and you know it and I know it. If you're getting graded comic books, and there's not that many of them out there compared to something that there is more, you can't beat that. You're going to have something that makes it very different. You need to have Stan Lee and McFarlane's signature to keep the book driving up higher, and then those will become rarer books if they are CGCs, and then that's where you can get more value from an Amazing Spider-Man 300.
No, I agree. Real quick, I do got to get going. What are you going to pick up next go around at the store?
Let me get that for you. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on right quick. There's quite a bit of stuff that is on tap. Image. I like this Killadelphia cover with Scotty Young. I think I'm not too versed on the characters on the Killadelphia, but I do like this cover. It rings to me as one of those ones that if you're able to find this, I guess it's Abigail Adams. I guess that's the character in there. That would be something to kind of maybe pick up. But I'm going to tell you right now, unless you've already put this on your list, it's going to be hard to pick. A lot of these Image books are hard to pick up. The Bomb Queen, there's Bliss number 2. That was a hot book last time, and I don't see any reason being almost to the point of it's like no brainer, but is the book, is obviously I'm seeing the Spawn 309 with the Gunslinger Cowboy. I've already talked about that from past episodes. It's going to be to the point that you're not going to find it on the shelf. You better have it in your box, or else you're not getting a copy of that. There's Texas Blood number 3. I think you're picking up on that, right, Will?
Yes, I am.
What's coming into my radar? It's this Lock and Key book. I'm seeing all the stuff that they got planned for it, like in November and October, which is bringing me to IDW and looking a little bit more into that particular book. I don't know what that book is about, but I've been seeing lots of coverage on that. And of course, you got your regular Marvel books.
Pretty regular. Pick up that Immortal Hulk number 35, second printing, Alex Ross. I think that's a great cover. I think that one should be in your box. You should have put that on. You should pick that book up.
Oh, coming down on the line there.
Yes, you should pick that one up.
This one right here, the second printing, the black and white. Yeah, that's going to be one of those books that if you don't have it already on your box or your list, good luck, because it might be a little bit harder to pick up. You got also the third printing, the Strange Academy.
Yeah. Sorry.
That Thor. You're talking about Thor number 2, fourth printing.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, those are all hot books right now. Anything with Thor, it's number 2, number 5. Which one is that one, Will, you have there?
This is Strange Academy number 1.
What printing? First? Second?
This one is the Ramos cover. I believe this one is the first printing, but
it would say right on the front if it was. It's probably, it's if it was a different printing, it would say like number 2 or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's the first print. I just picked it up last week. That's
cool.
Yeah.
Is it just for something for speculation purposes? Is that what it is?
Of course, man. Of course. I traded a slabbed. I had a slab that I traded for it. I forgot what the slab was.
You went 1 for 1, or you did like multiple?
No. I sold a slab and I did it. I did it for some books.
Okay.
Yeah,
we did a quick rundown of some books to kind of look for. There's actually quite a bit. So if you're on a budget, you're gonna have to make some careful picks out there. It seems that, and we're not even talking about DC. And DC has their regular run of the Joker, the metal books, all that crap.
Mess.
It's basically a lot of everything. So if you're on a budget and you have to, Image has some really good picks, and if you're looking for good reads, there's some really good ones there. But if you're continuing your adventure with some of the storylines that have already been established in Marvel, you can pick up some books from there too, and you can't go wrong. I mean, you got a great selection coming out this weekend for sure. but I think
All right. I gotta get going.
Will's got to go.
Yeah, I gotta go to work, man. Gotta
Yeah.
pay for the comics.
Yeah, we're an hour and a half into our all Crow episode, and we have yet
Not.
to talk about a single thing of the Crow.
Hey, I was the Crow. They wrote the story about me. I'm the Crow.
He be the Crow. He is the Crow. He's the man.
I'm just psyching myself up for work. So I'll check y'all later. I'm gonna leave now. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
I appreciate
Later.
y'all. You have a wonderful day.
All right.
Day off.
Yeah, day off.
Every day's a day off.
I don't know what to say.
No comment.
Okay. I'm gonna leave y'all. Y'all have a great show. Thank you for inviting me. All right.
You finally made it.
Yes, I did. I'll see you later.
All right.
All right, later.
Later. Bye. Out of here.